But if you are in retail or community pharmacy, you're going to use math a little bit differently. It's going to be super easy. I mean, most of the medications that you have are going to be tablets and capsules. Hey y'all, glad you came. I'm Monique. Welcome or welcome back to another pharmacy video. These videos are really about being a certified pharmacy technician. I'm basically sharing with you the knowledge that I have actually built over the years, over a decade of experience, that I'm here to really, share with you guys if you are interested in becoming either a pharmacy technician or a certified pharmacy technician that works in community/retail pharmacy and or hospital pharmacy, because those are my areas of expertise. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to become a certified pharmacy technician. Now, for me, the path that I took was I actually worked in a store that actually had a pharmacy in the back of the store. So what I would do is I would go back and, say hi to the pharmacist, the other technicians, kind of get to know them a little bit, let them know I was there, right? And then I talked to my manager about possibly going back there to help them as a cashier, because you can do that if you're not certified. You can do more things when you are certified, but if you're not certified, you can get your foot in the door by simply helping them do simple tasks, and then also by being a cashier. So that's what I did. And so I would go back there on some of my scheduled shifts. I would work in the store some days, and then some days I would work in the pharmacy. And of course, that naturally led to me learning more and more about the pharmacy and how it worked, learning how to type, learning the different generics and brands when it came to medications, and really just seeing if I liked dealing with people in that way. Because although I do love people and I did love customer service, do I want to deal with sick people, right? Because essentially when somebody comes to the pharmacy, it's because they honestly don't feel well or they have a medical issue that is ongoing. So I have to be ready for that type of customer service, like people who may come and they may not be just buying body wash, they'll be buying something else that is affecting the way that they think and move, right? So anywho, once I figured out that I did like it, then I went ahead and went back there all the time instead of half the time. And so then I became a pharmacy technician. So I did that for about a year. It was amazing on the job training, because I tell you, you get to learn at your own pace. I definitely suggest that, having some time to really go back there and learn at your own pace and really get familiar with the medications. One of the biggest things is getting familiar with what the brand and generic names are. And as time goes on, you're going to be learning what these things are for, what the category of medications are for as well, the actual condition that the medications are treating. So it's really nice to take your time and learn that. So after about a year, I did go ahead and get ready for the test. Now, the company that I worked for at the time offered to send me to class for a few weeks and then also give me a book to study. And they also paid for my test taking, right? So you can actually ask for that. This was years ago, so I'm not sure what they do now. But if you also are currently working at a store that has a pharmacy in the back of the store, or just, not in the front of the store, then what you can do is talk to the manager that's in the pharmacy and or your direct manager about the process they have in which to help you get certified, okay? Also ask them too if they have any type of contract you have to sign once you are certified through them. That is not something I had to do, but because I really like my job, I stayed at that particular company for years after I got certified. So it was never a problem. I didn't get certified and then go straight to the hospital, right? I took my time and really learned even more before I went to the hospital as far as hospital pharmacy is concerned. So yes, those are my tips on being a certified pharmacy technician as far as having a job and getting on the job training. Yes, there are different programs that they have at community colleges that will help you to become certified as well. Those obviously cost some money. You may be able to get a scholarship, whatever the case may be for that, but that's not the route that I took. I took the on-the-job training route, and I'm really glad that I did, because everything that I did was from scratch. It was from no experience, and I really learned from the people who knew even more than me, right? And I don't think that I know any less because I didn't go to community college. So if anything, I have even more experience, to be honest, from day one. So that is that. Now, as far as how to get certified when you're taking your test, like how to actually pass the test, I have a few suggestions for that. My thing is just study. Like when I say study, I mean study. Like take your time to really take some practice tests. Take your time to really understand why having this knowledge is important to your job and how it ties into what you do every day when you are helping customers. The first thing I suggest you do is really learn your brand and generic medications. That's going to help you because you're going to have questions about that. What is a generic of this? What is the brand of that? That's going to help you when you're helping clients customers, because when they come to your register and they want to have their medication refilled and they can't think of the name, but they may know what it's for, the more knowledge that you have about the medication, it's easier for you to get the process going. You don't have to sit there and guess with them. Of course, you always have the pharmacist to help you, but it's always better if you can do the majority of the customer work on your own, and then you have the pharmacist for their particular, half of what they're supposed to do, right? And plus, once you know how to do your job really well, your pharmacist is actually going to value you a lot because they know that you know what you're doing, right? So that is a tip on that, is to really study those brand and generic medications, get you some flashcards, whatever it is that you have to do. I believe the list is about 200 medications, like the main medications to learn brand generics for, but it may have changed since the time that I took the test. But figure out what that number is. If it's around 200 or maybe more or maybe even a little bit less, go ahead and start studying those. There is so much content here on YouTube to help you do that for free, you guys. So go ahead and check that out. And then the next thing too is to get you a book. I don't know which book I use because it was a long time ago, but they have different textbooks out there now that you guys can actually go and buy off Amazon, or you can go directly to ptcb.org and look at their resource section and see if they can suggest any books to you to help you study for your PTCB exam. Okay. So also the second thing I encourage you to really look at is remembering how the dates work. How the dates work on the bottles and different things like that. And the reason is because every company tells you how something expires in a different sequence. So they might put like the month first, they might put the day second, the year third, or just kind of mix it up like that. So you need to understand when something expires, because a big part of your job too is making sure that we don't have expired medications in the pharmacy. As a matter of fact, a lot of times if you are part-time or full-time, you're going to be actually assigned a section of the pharmacy to make sure that you take care of your outdates. So it's really important for you to understand when a medication expires. For example, if it says that it expires 04/2025, what does that mean? There's an answer to that. And so you need to know exactly the date that it expires, okay? So I do encourage you to really learn about expired medications and how the dates are supposed to be read, okay? The third thing I'm going to encourage you to look at is your math. Now, you're not going to be using as much math when you're in retail pharmacy versus when you're in hospital pharmacy. You will use more math in hospital pharmacy if you're working in the IV room, meaning the intravenous solutions. If you're doing that, then you're going to have to really calculate different types of measurements into mLs, milliliters, in order for you to inject the right amount of medication into the patient's solution, the bag, right? But if you are in retail or community pharmacy, you're going to use math a little bit differently. It's going to be super easy. I mean, most of the medications that you have are going to be tablets and capsules. So as long as you understand like BID, QID, different things like that, like 4 times a day, twice a day, once a day, every 8 hours, learn those things, learn what that math looks like in retail pharmacy, because once you know that, you'll be good to go. And really make sure too that you take care of your conversion chart. Make sure you have a conversion chart to understand how many grams and mLs and different things like that and milligrams are within each one of those. So how many ounces, how many ounces is milliliters. So like if you have 2 ounces, how many is that in milliliters? So that's what I'm saying. Have your conversion chart, memorize if you can, but definitely study that as well. Those are my math suggestions, okay? So that is really all I have as far as getting certified and as far as taking the PTCB certification test. Like I said, you can go directly to their website and you can find out any resources that they have for you. And like I said, make sure that you talk to the people that will help you, like your managers and stuff like that, and understand what opportunities you have within your company to move up in the pharmacy. So yes, as far as hospital pharmacy is concerned, most jobs require you to be certified when you get the job. However, there are some jobs in the hospital pharmacy that allow you a certain period of time, as long as you are intentional and you are going to be taking your test within that period of time, they may hire you. And so that's all depending upon the city and the state. So I don't have, I don't know that information specifically, but I do understand that sometimes that might be something that might happen in a hospital pharmacy. But at the end of the day, most hospitals do require you to be a certified pharmacy technician. So that is all I have, yes, for this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below this video, or if you are also a pharmacy technician, hey girl, hey. And I will talk to you. Oh, wait. I hope you have a positive and peaceful rest of your day, and I will talk to you on the next upload.